have faith in Canadian public schools. My child will never go to school in Canada.
Dude,
oh my God.
What bothered me in one of his latest videos was where he's like, I've made lots of mistakes. And I was like, oh my God, he's actually going to man up. And then he was like, but I'm probably going to make him again. So I remember.
Yeah,
we got pissed with that.
Yeah, we all mentioned that in like all of our videos. Like, oh, really? We're just going to make all the mistakes at the horse's expense? Are you kidding me?
Because I don't think he actually thinks he's making that many mistakes. I think he's just trying to appease people, and he's trying to try to get some sort of a fan base at this point. I think he realizes that he's really fucked up at some point and that people really, truly just hate him. And the only people that he sees on his page are the same 10 people that are, you know, commenting what a great job he's doing.
Oh, God, Lester.
Doing the pulling the strings.
And
like
if there's
Hot Mess Journal, have you guys seen that girl? She's all over his comments and Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. You're doing great, rooting for you, praying for you, and all over our stuff.
Is that Dark Cowgirl? Because she's all up on him.
No,
she wants that.
Her the handle is Hot Mess Journal. And
I bet you it's his brother.
Yeah, I shared a video of hers way early on in the beginning of all of it to show it, because people were commenting on my stuff saying, oh, nobody supports him. Nobody believes, you know, everyone's calling him for his shit. And I'm like, no, y'all don't understand. And I shared one of her videos, and yeah she's a big supporter of his.
Because she's like a journalist. I looked at her page the other day because she had commented like spam commented like 5 of my videos and just like you don't know what you're talking about. And then I was looking at his stuff, and I like to go read the comments on his videos because I'm still not blocked. I straight up started calling him a coward, like, to people in my comments. I'm like pushing the envelope to see like how far can I go before he finally blocks me?
He hasn't blocked mine, not Marish.
At this point, you're the only way he knows what we know.
You guys, I'm on a burner called Not Marish, and my screen name is Uppercunted.
It's so obvious.
I know, and he still hasn't blocked it.
Yeah, so I like to read the comments on his videos just to see like how much people are calling him out, or how much he's obviously deleting, and got her every single comment of his, every video of his. Anybody who says anything negative, she's right there. You don't know what you're talking about. She's posted 5 times on one video. Doing great. We're rooting for you.
He's told somebody that I've spoken to that he's blocked over tens of thousands of people.
Oh yeah, because he was at 98,000 at one point. It dropped down to 20,000. How much does he have now? I don't even know.
No, if y'all notice, there's a huge discrepancy between the number of comments in the earlier posts. He's not getting more than 50 comments now because he's having to delete so many.
Mm-hmm. Well, and now he puts like limiters on all his Instagram posts, so only like certain people can post.
There were like 25 comments earlier when I looked at his latest Insta post, and like 43 on TikTok.
What I love from everything I know about like the algorithm and like growing on TikTok, I don't know how much of this applies to Instagram because I don't know how similar the Instagram algorithm is going on to his TikTok and seeing like a lot of views, and then his likes are like nothing. He'll have like 10,000 views on a video and have like 50 likes, and I'm just like
yeah, so my whole point was, I think that he is trying to do the whole like, you guys, I'm sorry that I've made all these mistakes, but then he immediately followed it up with, the narcissistic, but I still haven't really learned anything from it, basically, and I'm gonna keep doing it, so basically shut up. And I was just like, you know what, no, you are making mistakes, and people are calling you out for it. Now, he has fixed a couple things. He did take the boots off, and of course, maybe that was because the tech wasn't working. He did fix the bit finally. He did stop giving them a half a bag of feed at a time and started giving him, somewhat portioned out
a couple feed at a time. Yeah,
at least at that one particular video that we got. So he has fixed a couple things, but there's still just so much wrong in things that are impacting his entire trip that piss people off. And one of the things is that he's mooching off of ranchers. Second is that he's not giving them adequate food and water. We're watching them lose weight, and that we're seeing 2 very lame horses still being chucked along the road.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly when he finally fixed the bit, but it was within the
It was
first
like 3 weeks in.
no, 2 or 3
a couple weeks in.
And when I talked to somebody from the barn, where he
was
boarded
feeding
on,
a 40-pound bag. He was giving half a bag at a time.
Guys, this is all you need to know. Oh, crap. Hold on. I gotta redo that.
yeah, Pete, what's Wes doing?
I'm trying to make a point, but I don't know how to use technology. My Bluetooth is not working.
No, is he calling us a hippies, Cassie?
So that whole part, first of all, when I was watching the video last night, like making my video, my husband at one point, he was laying in bed next to me and he peeks up, he peeked up, he goes, how many times do you think he had to rehearse that? Like,
I didn't even see it, but honestly, I will take the word hippie. I'll be called a hippie all day long if that means I don't abuse my horses.
he mentions a ton of different people. He starts out talking about like horse people, and then he goes into like hippies and ex-cons and all. He named like 3 different.
And the Methodists and the Mormons.
And then atheists, and then
Crystal Methodist, maybe.
So inclusive.
ones. Like, what?
He's so inclusive.
See, I think he was talking about us when he said the freaks.
Well, he almost nailed it with Methodist because I grew up Methodist.
He thinks Maureen is a purple-haired lesbian.
Oh, I know. I remember him saying.
Maureen is
someone saying
married
that.
with children.
It's like, Maureen is not gay. And even if she was, though, but here's the thing, even if she was, who cares?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with
He's
anything?
probably trying to appeal to like right-wingers at that point.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I always find it funny, the people that call me out and say that, you know, try to pigeonhole me because I color my hair are always the people that don't know I'm also a veteran.
And the
And like
thing
the
is,
whole
Maureen,
reason
like,
the whole
end of the
reason I
day-
started coloring my hair was because my regulations were so fucking strict in the military with my hair that I decided to have fun when I got out.
But he was saying it as if it was an insult. Okay, like who cares? Even if she is a lesbian, like that doesn't make her better or
I'm just
worse of a
gonna say-
person.
It's not the
Yeah,
insult
and
you
it's-
think it is.
I think it's jealousy. I think he knows that if Maureen were, then she would be better than him.
Probably true.
Somebody, they were reaching.
Yeah.
They were trying to say because of my job, that's why he stuck his hand up the cow's ass. And I was like, I don't do that, first of all. I was like, and second of all, even if he was trying to be like me, you know, thanks for the fan behavior.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't like him. Like, and I don't like him. But from the other than I did make fun of his feet sticking out like that. I haven't really made fun of him too much. And I can acknowledge, like you guys know, the picket line, like, thank you, about time.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. I will acknowledge it and give him an attaboy for trying to learn how to be a hand. I will.
Is that you, Mayor?
No, yeah, sorry. I gotta get my son
Are you
some.
peeing?
Sorry, let me see if I can mute myself really quick.
You're
Gotta take care of kids.
She's peeing. Not really.
No, I'm getting warm water for him to gargle. He's got a sore throat.
Real quick, just so y'all know, if you Google the man in question, you will learn why he can't sit in rhythm with a horse, because he plays guitar and he can't even find a pocket with a good drummer. It's really disappointing.
Hero plays guitar?
Not well.
Oh.
Yeah, he's really bad.
Lots of like rip-off Lamb of God riffs that are not very good.
Yeah.
That whole video with the cow, like I've said this to a couple people. I've had to respond to a couple comments, and like, it's no problem with him like palpating the cow, like going in. None of that. It was the song choice and the caption. And
Well,
I said this on one
Do
of
you
our
know
lives
why
too.
I went viral?
I do. I after this all started and we started following each other, I was looking at your page and I remember, and I was like, oh, that's her. Like,
So,
but that, so this is what I said. This is what I said in a live, in a couple lives back with Wes and Tassie. There are people in the spectrum of the equestrian world, Rusty, you're one of these people who can make jokes like that, who have like earned the right because of your job and what you do.
Give the best hand jobs in 14 states.
Yeah. And he has not earned that right, and he has such a vibe of like creepiness and just like shadiness about him that him making those jokes is like, oh, you think people are gonna laugh with you, but we all just think you're really gross and weird now.
Well, and like I said before, like using a dying fetus song when checking cows is a little bit much.
Yeah.
Well, and from what I've been told, his mother is a very big feminist in Canada. I've been trying to find more. I've been trying to find more information on that, but that's a problem for if I was a feminist leader for a country and my child was on the internet making quote unquote jokes like that, we'd be having a serious freaking conversation.
Yeah.
Well, she's so far away. How can she touch him?
I don't hear very much about her, so I wonder if they even really have much of a relationship.
They may not. Who knows if his parents are even still together?
Emily,
I would think not, because his dad, unless his dad traveled down for when he left. Because I remember when this first all started too, and his very first video of him leaving. Remember, he had like the caption or the thing he put at the end was like bye dad, with like a little broken heart or something about his dad, and people were like, is his dad dead? Like, or should we? And then I think it was Blank Screen that posted, or Save Shot, or Ashley was Save Shyok. Or the news thingy, can't think of the name right now, where like they interview his dad at that park in Texas, and so his dad, his dad talked about his little journey that he did, right? But he backpacked all around Europe for 3 years on foot. Yeah.
And apparently his grandpa walked barefoot through the desert. Good for him. Yeah. Like, at no point did anybody else drag in like parties who could consent to the abuse.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, parents can lie too.
That's true. But he had pictures.
I don't know, we have a pretty.
He had pictures.
We've got
Braden.
We've got a pretty big family tradition in our family of not treating our dog like shit.
That was my husband in the background. He's gone now.
Braden's mine now.
Ooh, all right. You called dibs. That's fine.
That's mine.
Like some traditions, I mean, there are a lot of traditions that have been done away with in history that.
Can we just get him a bike?
Well,
can we just get him a bike?
I met someone last summer who was coming through my town here in Colorado, and he was biking across the country. And I thought it was the coolest thing. We talked for a long time about it because I told him that I was planning on riding across the country. And we had a great conversation. And I was like, why? And that was my first thought when all this started, was like, if you're trying to have an adventure and like make something of yourself, I feel like, especially since you're going into it with the littlest amount of horse experience you could possibly have to do a journey like this.
Yeah.
Like,
Jessica, he can mentally prepare himself.
Yeah, it would be a lot more impressive if he did it on a bike than
prepared himself like he did Falcon.
Yeah.
To prep for that, you can take ice baths with no ice.
Mm-hmm. Well, people in my comments were saying that like he could have done this on like a motorcycle. Like that would have been bitchin'. Like if I had come across a guy saying like, oh, I'm set now, I'm gonna go from here to like Alaska, because obviously you can go way further on a motorcycle. I'm gonna want to meet all these people. Like, the
thing about that to me, Maritza, is that we've seen the condition of his Miata when he was horse shopping. He would not be able to keep a bike up.
Well, and that's the thing, Jessica. None of us are against long riders either. And I think that people are misunderstanding or misconstruing that. We are not against long riders. I think that this ride could have been the ride of an adventure of a lifetime had he properly prepared and gotten horses that were properly prepared. If he had the right tools with him, if he had the right, the stops planned out where he was going to have food for them and water. And, there's plenty of long riders that Maureen has even put up on her page that are doing it right. And these are the people that should be getting the accolade.
Yeah. When Nicole, so he says in his video that he hauled 700 miles. We're pretty sure it was more like 900.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fairly certain it was 909, give or take 10.
Yeah. So
I mean,
he
and
just-
Maureen's
he's
prepping.
lying.
Aren't you prepping right now, Maureen, to do your own long ride?
Yeah, I am. I'm currently putting miles on my horse. I've been planning for the last 2 years, 3 years now.
Time out. Important question, Maureen. Have you taken your ice baths with no ice yet?
No, that's still on my checklist. I got to work on that.
God, you
Have
gotta
you
do that.
mentally
That's
prepared your
important.
horses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have I
Have you
mentally
made them
prepared
listen
my
to
horses?
inspirational
I
podcasts?
mentally prepared my horses by having a good having a good relationship with my horse.
There you go.
That's we all know that's important.
You know what's really sad?
Do you have a screwdriver?
So Pete, the long rider, we love him. He's wonderful. I'm not a skinny woman. Like, I'm not even going to argue it. I am very heavy set. Pete said I was more prepared, and technically, Searle is more fit than I am. He is.
Mhm.
I am more prepared. Being heavy.
3 children.
Pasta.
She said pasta.
Yeah, sorry.
You and me
Go
both,
on a
Rusty.
long ride.
Type 2 diabetes.
But Pete said I was more prepared as a heavier person
Yeah.
to go on a long ride on my gaming horse with my heavy Western saddle that I will not give up than he was, because he knows even if I just decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to work off of my horse across the country,